Have you ever stopped and wondered why the best local businesses, the ones with decades of real-world expertise, just get absolutely buried online? They get pushed down by these bigger, often less qualified companies from way out of town. It's a huge problem. So today, we're going to break down exactly why it happens and lay out the playbook local underdogs can use to actually fight back. All right, let's get into it. I mean, this is the question, right? It's what keeps so many amazing local business owners up at night. You know you're the best, your customers know you're the best, but when someone in your own neighborhood pulls out their phone to search for what you do, you're just gone. Why does that happen? Well, here's the hard truth. It's not about who's the better craftsman or who has more experience. Not anymore. It's a digital battle for visibility, for attention. And right now, in town after town, the real local pros, they're losing that fight. To really see this in action, we're going to zero in on one specific battlefield, a town called Pampa, Texas. What's happening here is a perfect snapshot of a much bigger problem, and it shows us exactly how this online war is being fought. Okay, so check this out. When you search for HVAC services in Pampa, the first 8 results, the entire top of the page, are all companies from out of town. We're talking Amarillo, even Dumas. Just let that sink in. Not a single one of the top 8 is an actual Pampa business. This isn't just competition, folks. It's a full-on digital invasion. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. People in Pampa don't want to call a company 50 miles away when their AC breaks in the summer. They have to. Why? Because the local options have what you'd call weak technical armor. Their online presence just isn't strong enough to even show up in the fight. Now let's look at plumbing. Guess what? It's the same story. In the top 5 spots, you have exactly one true Pampa plumber. One. The rest? They're either coming all the way from Amarillo or they're these massive corporate franchises like Roto-Rooter. The local guys are just getting squeezed out. Just think about how wild that is for a second. Your pipe bursts, water is everywhere, and you need someone now. But Google is telling the people of Pampa that their best bet is a truck that has to drive an hour just to get there. That's what a lost digital battle looks like in the real world. And just to really drive the point home, look at electricians. You've got great local names, respected businesses like Affordable Electric and Nickem Electric, but they are struggling to stay visible against these bigger players. The pattern here? It's impossible to ignore. So what we're seeing here isn't just a string of bad luck. There's actually a name for this whole phenomenon. And understanding it is the first step to fixing it. It's called the local leak. Here's the bottom line. All that money, all those jobs, all those customer relationships that should be staying right there in the Pampa community, they're leaking out to other cities. These corporate giants and out-of-town companies are literally siphoning away local business, one Google search at a time. But what if there was a way to measure your strength in this fight? What if you could see your weaknesses and actually turn them into strengths? Well, there is. It's time to talk about the Underdog's secret weapon, the Panhandle Domination Score. So forget all those boring, confusing SEO reports. The Panhandle Domination Score, or P.D.S. for short, is simple. It's one single number that tells you exactly how you stack up against those corporate Goliaths. You can think of it like your power level in the local search war. So how's the score even calculated? Well, it all comes down to 3 key pillars. First, you've got visibility power. That's the obvious one, right? How high do you actually rank? Second is that technical armor we talked about. This is all about your website's health. Is it fast? Is it secure? Is it easy to use on a phone? Because if it's not, people are gone in a flash. And finally, there's local authority. This is about trust. Does Google see you as a legit, consistent, and authoritative expert in your town? This score then puts you into one of 3 zones. If your P.D.S. is below 50, you're in the red vulnerable zone, basically a sitting duck for those out-of-towners. From 51 to 80, you're a contender. You're in the fight. But the goal, the place where your phone starts ringing off the hook, is that green dominant zone. Now, knowing your score is one thing. That's great. But the real power comes from knowing how to raise it. This is the battle plan. This is the actual strategy for getting out of that red zone and into the green. Okay, the battle plan has 4 key strategies. First, a ranking reality check. A totally honest look at where you really stand. Next, you gotta fortify your technical armor by auditing your website's speed and user experience. A slow site is like having a closed sign on your door. Third, you solidify your digital identity. This is huge. It just means making sure your name, address, and phone number are exactly the same everywhere online so Google has zero doubt that you're a real local business. And finally, you can use secret weapons, like leveraging Google's own cloud infrastructure to give your site a speed and security boost that your competitors probably don't even know about. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's about fixing something that's fundamentally wrong. You are the local expert. The P.D.S. is just the tool you use to prove it to Google and take back the customers that should have been yours all along. So, what does winning even look like? It means going from being invisible to being the dominant force in your own town. It means taking back the map, one search result at a time.
I mean, it's the classic David versus Goliath story, isn't it? The corporate Goliath has the giant budget and the slick franchise model, but the local David, you got something way more powerful: community trust and real local expertise. The Panhandle Domination Score? Well, that's the slingshot that finally levels the playing field.
So, what's the magic number? The goal is a score of 85 or higher. That is the magic number to get into the domination zone. When you hit that number, you're not just visible anymore. You become the obvious, go-to choice for local customers. And really, that's what this is all about. This isn't just another number to track on a spreadsheet. It's a tool for fairness. It's an equalizer that gives the dedicated local expert a real, honest-to-goodness fighting chance against the giants. And that brings us to the most important question of all. Your business has a score like this. Whether you know it or not, the algorithms are calculating it every single day. So the question is, who is writing your story online? Is it your competitors from 50 miles away? Or are you finally going to pick up the pen and write it yourself?